guys. I was playing with our new primer and I was comparing it to our hydrating primer, and I just want to show y'all super quick. Actually, let me put this up. Oh, we're gonna figure this out. This might be too bright. There we go. So this one is with our hydrating primer. You can see it's very, very shiny. And then this one is with our matte primer. It's still a little shiny, I think just because that light is super bright. But it's, looking at it in person, it's super different. But that actually comes out April 1st. So if anybody is looking for a mattifying face primer, let me know. I can kind of give you some more details about that. I'm going to share this to my group really quick. There we go. So I'm going to talk brushes. Let me tag Dee in this because she asked for some help with brushes. There we go. All right. So, hey Candace. I don't have any makeup on. Working from home means no makeup for me. So, yeah, I kind of miss it, but I'm excited to go live with y'all tonight. I hope everyone is staying in and staying safe, except for those of you that are essential and are kind of risking yourselves by going out to work and things like that. So I'm lucky that I have a job where I can work from home. But it's definitely been interesting, to say the least. I've always said I want to be able to work from home. Maybe not every day, but you know, I want that option. And now we know we can do it, but I'm like already starting to get sick of it. So, hey Audra. So I'm going to start with brushes. Kind of just go in order of the products I use and the brushes that I use for them. But the first thing is my Kabuki brush, and I'm going to clean these while I'm talking to y'all. But this is a unique brush. Before we had this brush, I did find a really nice one on Amazon, and I'm just FYI, I'm using our brush cleaner to clean these with a towel. So yeah, someone once told me that they were using a Kabuki brush. Look how nasty this is. Woo! And they loved it. So I went and found one on Amazon and I fell in love with it also. And so I use this for all of my foundation. It's really good. Hey, Kelly, for, liquid foundations, and I also really like them for cream foundations, and I love it for our spray foundation. So it's just flat and it's pretty dense, but still really soft. So with the soft bristles, you don't have to worry about it like exfoliating your face while you're putting it on, because then that can, like, hey Vanessa, that can pick up skin while you're putting your foundation on, and then it's not going to have that smooth surface. So that's why I really like really soft brushes. Hey Deborah, hey Amy. And look, I'm on my third spray and it's been a minute. I'm sorry. I should really wash my brushes more often. But I also like how wide it is, so I'm not having to, like, I can apply a lot of product on it and pretty much like do my whole face. So how much more do I need to clean this? Whoopsie. Let's see. Next, I would put on my concealer, but I just use my fingers for that. Depending on what foundation, also, I might use a beauty blender. And I really like that for our BB cream. And I also use it when baking on my setting powder. So you want to dampen those for sure. I didn't know that at first, and I bought one time and didn't dampen it, and I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever used. And then I realized, oh, I'm supposed to like get this wet and then use it. By getting it wet, you're using less product because it's not going to absorb as much, and it just blends out so much better. Okay, I might have to give my arm a rest for that one. All right, next I put on bronzer, and this is a powder brush, but I love this for bronzer because I'm lazy when it comes to putting on makeup and blending. And so I like bigger brushes, so that way I can like apply it and blend it out at the same time. So, you had no idea about what? The beauty blender? Yeah. No. Probably. I don't know. So, yeah. So I like to use bigger brushes so I'm blending as I'm applying. I don't know if that's the right way, but that's just my lazy way of doing it. Hey, Emily. Hey, Courtney. I'm not sorry. I don't remember if I said hello or not. You haven't used the brush cleaner. I love it because the biggest thing that I love about this is that I can use it immediately after washing it, because when you're using like soap and water, you're having to let it dry overnight, and sometimes if I wait until like later on in the night, they may not be dry by the time I wake up to get ready in the morning. Hey, Tiffany. So that's why I love this one, and it conditions my brushes. So when I was just using like even a makeup brush cleaner, I was seeing bristles falling out of my brush because the base of these is glue. So if you really shouldn't be getting this part wet because it's going to like break down the glue. It also depends on like what soap you're using. So yeah, my brushes were not, and then they wouldn't like dry straight. I don't know. So I really love this one. It has essential oils in it that's going to help kill bacteria. And it's dry immediately after. So that's why I really like it. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Ruth. So, okay. So I'm done with this brush, but this is Eco Tools, if I didn't say that already. And it is kind of a narrow brush. It's built to be narrow, or at least like I kind of squish it to be narrow. So whenever I'm applying my bronzer, it's still it's going where I want it to, and then I can blend it out. Okay, so next is blush, and this blush brush is pretty similar. It's also Eco Tools, I think. But it's pretty similar to that powder brush that I use for bronzer. But the bristles on this one are a little bit stiffer. So with blush, I only put it on the apples of my cheeks. Before I was like putting it all right here. And after watching many, many videos, I realized I am only supposed to be putting these just on the apples of my cheeks. So because these bristles, like if I were putting it all the way up, I probably wouldn't like this brush, but it's still, I don't know, it still works really good for what I like to use. Yes, Deborah, I definitely recommend it. And if you wash your brushes often, you'll be able, basically, I mean, you can start washing them right before you put your makeup on, and they'll be ready to go. You don't have to worry about them drying or anything. Hey, Ambrosia. So, yeah, so much better. This was like, look what color it was. I didn't mention, though, how to clean your beauty blenders. Those ones you do actually have to soak in hot water and soap. And what I'll usually do is like get a bowl of hot water and soap, and then put this in bowl and just like really squish it and like get the soapy water in there a whole lot. And then I'll rinse it really, really good to where there's no more soap coming out of the beauty blender. And then I put it in a clean bowl of water and I'll microwave it for, I think it's 4 minutes. And that's really going to kill any bacteria that's still in the beauty blender. And then once it's done in the microwave, you just wait for it to cool down. You'll squeeze it out really, really good. And then it's ready to use. You can use it right away since you have to get this wet anyways. So yeah. Hey, Linda. Let's see. So my next brush, let's see. So I've got bronzer. Oh, then we want to highlight. I really want Unique's fan brush. It's a lot bigger than the one that I have. So this is a fan brush and it's meant to apply highlighter. But I don't know. I can't justify the price for it. It's been on sale a couple of times and every time I was broke and I couldn't buy it. So I hope it goes on sale again. Or maybe I should just go like find another one. Elf, I think, has really good priced brushes. I don't know the quality of them though. So those might be good if you're just like starting out and you're not quite sure what brushes to get. They're labeled with how you should use them, but I would still play with it. And you can use, like I said, I use my powder brush to apply my bronzer. So you just want to play with it. And this is one that does not come back like 100% because it's just so thin. But these are this was a unicorn, I think, my unicorn brush. But yeah, so I do want a different fan brush, but this one still works for what I need.
Are you sexy?
So what else? I have a lot of brushes. I'll show y'all my brush holder really quick. Because I do like to try different stuff, but I always go back to my tried and trues. These are all of my brushes. And this really cute holder that my sister got me. You can see that I'll still play with some of them for different kind of things. Like this one the other day, I put some setting powder on it and dabbed it on my lips for to set my lipstick. So I'm just going to wipe that off on the cloth really quick. It's not a brush that I use a lot. Hey, Gwen. But even though I still don't use this, if I did want to use it one day, it collects dust just by sitting here. So it doesn't hurt to wash these even if you're not using them. This is one brush that I know a lot of people like to use, a lot of Unique presenters. It's a powder concealer brush. So one end is the powder brush and it's really dense, but also still really soft. And then the other is a concealer brush. So I do use this one every now and then. So I'm just going to spray it. I don't think I've showed y'all this. You just spray the top and then you just do it in circles on your towel or cloth or whatever you use. I probably shouldn't have used a white one, but I just wanted to see. I like to see how dirty they are. Because then I'll also see how clean I got them. But yeah, this is a really good one for loose powder and pressed powder foundations. But I know a lot of presenters that also use this one for liquid foundations and the concealer. Yes, ma'am. What are you cooking tonight? Okay. Yeah, this one I don't use very much, so it's getting pretty clean pretty quickly. And so yeah, that's really all the big brushes I use. And then I'm going to go over the small brushes for eyeshadow really, really quickly. I try not to get these videos too long. So I use, this is really it. So I use, y'all know I love this brush. Look how glittery it is. That's our blending brush. And then we've got our fluffy crease brush, which is one of my new favorites. Our deluxe brush, which is another one of my favorites. Look, you can see all the eyeshadow on it. Our brow brush, I use this every single day. And then our crease brush. For eyeshadow brushes, I like to use these little switch pads, which I also need to clean, obviously. But these are, you can find these. So I have this one, and then I have a different one. I don't know where it is, though. You just, like if you're using the same brush, but using a different color on your eyes, these are really good to just switch between colors. You can find these at like Home Goods and Target and all those stores. But yeah, I really, really like those. So for these eyeshadow brushes, because they're so small, I will just spray all of them together and then do them all together on the towel. I'm going to pick one up at a time though to show y'all what I use it for. So the fluffy crease brush, or sorry, the fluffy brush, I use this. I pretty much use this brush for my whole eye look if I'm being really lazy. But this is a really good brush to use in your transition, like where your crease is. But like I said, I'm lazy and I like to blend out while I'm putting it on. So I know some people will apply it where they want it with one brush and then they'll take a clean brush like this and blend it out. But I don't like to do that. I'll use the same brush for everything. So, and then we've got our crease brush, which kind of same thing. This is a brush that you would use in your crease and then you would blend it out afterwards. But this one I really just like to use for like my outer corner, and then I'll go back and use another brush to blend it out. Or I'll use this one to like smoke out the color under my eye. Then we've got the deluxe brush. This one I really like for glittery eyeshadows, and I'll use this to just put it on top of my lid. This one it's pretty thin but wide, so I'm able to like pick up all the product I need and apply it directly to my lid without having to like go back for more color. And then last is the fluffy crease brush. This is another one if I'm like already put one color in my transition, but I want to do another color on top of that, but like thinner, then I'll use this one instead of the blending brush. And then last up, there's the one brush that I use every single day. That's this brow brush. And this one, y'all are going to see it's really bad. There it is. And I'm probably going to have to do this a couple times. So we've got two brow brushes. We've got this one, which has pretty much the same brush at the top, but at the bottom it's different. This one has the flat, which looks like I need to clean that actually. That has my glitter on it. And then this one's got the brow comb. And at first I didn't like this one, but I grew to love it, and I love the brow comb on the other side. So I'll just like brush out my brows really quick, and then I'll apply the whatever brow product I'm using. Right now I'm actually using a color from palette 2, like a silver, since my hair's like kind of silver. My hair's weird right now. I don't love it, but my hair lady just messaged me the other day saying that she's not doing hair right now because of the coronavirus. So I'll have to wait till she comes back. So there we go. I cleaned this. I also got a lot of dust in it, so I'll have to like comb that out. And then I cleaned the other side too. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I also have a lot of eye brushes that I don't use, but I still just like to collect them for some reason. So I like to have variety, but not actually use them. So again, I started the video with this, but I don't know why, y'all. It doesn't really show very good. There, it kind of shows. This is the matte primer that we are launching on April 1st. And this is the hydrating primer. This one is really, really good if you have dry skin and you like your skin needs hydration. But the matte primer is also hydrating but still gives you that matte finish. So I'm really excited to play with that some more. And that one's good for any skin type. So you can use it if you've got dry skin or oily skin. So I started the video with that. Oh, and then throughout this whole video, I've been using our brush cleaner. And I really like this brush cleaner because I can, if I wanted to, I could use these brushes right away. They're dry. I'm not like over the sink, like trying to clean them and then having to dry them. Possibly taking a blow dryer to them, which is not good for the glue that's holding all these bristles together. It's conditioning, so it's like keeping the bristles still really strong. And then it has essential oils in it to kill all the bacteria that might be building up in the brushes. The primer, I'll look and tell you. I don't want to lie. Off the top of my head, I want to say it was $32 for a 30 milliliter bottle, which should probably last you a few months, to be honest. Like, I've only needed to use one pump for my whole face, and it's pretty cool because it feels like powdery when you're done, but it's not drying out my skin. So I don't know what kind of science is behind it, but it's really cool. All right, that is it. Look at my nasty brushes that we got clean. There we go. Yeah, I need to wash them more often. I really, really do. So I'm glad I decided to do that tonight. But yeah, I hope y'all have a great night. Officially tomorrow, we in Austin are going to be, what did they call it? They're like officially quarantining us. I know everyone's actually like kind of been doing it, but this is like actually now we're doing it starting tomorrow. And only like essential personnel are allowed to go to work. So like grocery stores, hospitals, police, like law enforcement, stuff like that. So, but like go to work. So I don't think retail falls under that. And so I'm really lucky I'm able to work from home. And they don't have a timeline on it. So I don't know how long it's going to last. So hopefully not too long, and hopefully everyone's smart and stays put so we can go back to our normal lives. But I hope everyone else is doing good. Courtney, I know you work in the, are you working right now? I know you work in a salon. Who else do we have? Linda, I know you're retail. Sarah's teaching from home. I know that. Vanessa, are you working from home now? Yes, you told me you're working from home. Yeah, what about the rest of y'all? Is everyone working from home or still going to work? You're at a spa. Oh, spa, that's right. I said salon. And you're closed. I'm sorry. I hope this all ends soon so we can go back to normal. But if anyone needs anything that I'm able to help with, please let me know. I want to be able to help everyone as much as I possibly can. Hey, Charlotte. Or if you just need to talk because we're like stuck at home, then feel free to message me because I'm also stuck at home and I'm like about to kill him. But luckily we've got our dogs to keep us busy. Well, y'all have a good night. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all next Monday. Bye.